There we go. Hey, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and call to order the meeting of the Carroll County Alcoholic Beverage Board. Let the record reflect that it is February 5th, 2026. It is now 10:33 a.m. I'm Officer Gillum. I work with the State Excise Police. I'll be leading this meeting. We do have all of our board members with us today, so I'll have them introduce themselves so you know who you're speaking with.
Randy Myers.
David Wetterly.
Anita Hartman.
Okay. Do we have anyone here who wishes to voice opposition to any of the permits that are scheduled? Okay, so you're all speaking on behalf of the business or asking general inquiries? Okay. So anybody who's going to be speaking to the board, I need you to take an oath. So if you would, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the answers you've given on your application or any testimony you give to questions asked by the board be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I did.
Okay. Y'all are very much. Okay. Which business are you here for? Are you just speaking?
I will
Okay.
be here for the office tavern, but I'm not sure I'm speaking.
Okay, folks.
I have Delphi Hardware and it's for the office tavern.
Okay,
We'd like to speak if possible.
okay, perfect. Same. Okay. Board members, we have renewals today without violations for the following businesses. We have the Quality Foods on East Franklin Street in Delphi, permit number DL 0828764. We have a Copacetic Beer Factory on North Highway 421 Monticello, permit number RR 0832876. The Friendly Market in Delphi on North 421, permit number DL 0833234. The Delphi Opera House on South Washington Street, permit number RR 0841583. Paredes, South Washington Street, Delphi, permit number RR 0841925. And the Dollar General on West 1100 North Monticello, permit number DL 0833968. Board members, do we have questions, concerns, or motions regarding those permits?
The grocery store, Walmans, they're no longer open.
When do they close?
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. So what that is,
Just closed.
no, it's been closed for six months probably. Something like that. Here's the situation with that. So the permit that's listed on here, McWeiss Inc. So that's the permit held in my brother's name when he ran Wallman's. He sold his store and sold the permit to Massengale, who came in, and Massengale was operating on a management agreement. He was supposed to have transferred it into his own name. He had a representative. I don't know if you dealt with Mark Palambero, but Mark Palambero was supposed to have gotten that transferred. It never happened. There is now a new purchaser. It's an Indian gentleman. I believe he may own the Save a Lot. I'm not certain, but he is purchasing the permit. So it's being renewed in my brother's name so it can be transferred to this new individual. And I think you'll get a transfer application next month. I'm not really involved in that, but that's what's going on.
Okay. All right, so board members, with that information, do we have motions regarding those renewals?
Make a motion to approve.
Moved and seconded for approval. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion will carry. Okay, next we have a renewal with violation, and possibly two of them, for the Office Tavern, 201 West Main Street, Delphi. Permit number RR 0830950. So I say possibly two violations. There was one that I don't know was ever before the board. So I may need some help on that one.
I don't know what that is.
Are they cited and given a ticket?
So your last local board hearing would have been December 5th of 2024. And I showed that the permit was renewed without violation. But technically, it looks like you should have been heard for the April 2023 violation at that point. And there were no records of everybody attending.
What, April 2023?
Sale of alcohol to an intoxicated person resulting in a fatal crash.
No, that
So-
happened in December 29th of 21.
21.
Okay, this was probably when the violation was issued, was in 23.
The
No, it was
violation
probably
was,
settled then.
it was settled
So-
then.
Okay.
Yeah, it was issued in December of 21,
It wasn't issued until June,
But
I
the-
believe.
but the date that it happened was December
Yeah,
of 21.
it happened December 29th of 21. I believe the violation was issued in 22. And that was the last time we met. That was Officer Tolios at that time.
So, so is that the April 23 meeting,
Yes,
Yeah.
Folios?
Yeah.
yes.
And he discussed this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's what we had, Scott
Okay.
Bedwell and their corrective action plan. We were all
Yeah.
here.
So there was no record of that in our data.
Randy and Anita, you were both here. for
Yeah,
the meeting.
well,
That was
Yeah.
That's the record.
upstairs.
It's okay.
Okay. So to that point, you had already been heard by the local board for 3 sales to intox violations, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. So we are back now. And so what happened after that?
we had a corrective
Corrective
action
action plan.
plan, and then didn't we also come back the following year?
No,
Because there was a slight
Yes, I think
modification
so.
to it.
did we
think
come back
so.
because
So
of the slight modification?
And I thought you were on the board then. Was that not you? Was that Tolios again?
I don't, there's no notes on it.
Which one was on there then?
Yeah,
But they
because
did come back.
there was a slight, we had to come back that first year, right?
Mhm.
Was the modification plan through, I guess, the state or?
We
Somebody you
also,
just
we also
presented?
met with the state.
We met with the chair and the excise prosecutor.
Okay,
There was a procedure where they were counting drinks and you could only have to 2 drinks.
Two drinks an hour.
Yeah, and they modified that when we came back.
Have timers, everything.
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so to this point, all 3 sales to intox violations have been heard
Yes.
by the
Yes.
board. Okay. That's fine. So just so you understand, like, when you've had a history of violations, it all could be taken into account as we're considering your high and fine reputation in the community. So just paying the fine or appearing at the board doesn't get you a pass on it. So just so we're clear on
Yes,
this.
we understand.
Yeah. So today we're gonna be looking at your, shows as a February 26, 2025 violation for furnishing alcohol to a minor, and allowing a minor to loiter. So please, if you would introduce yourselves for the record. I'm sorry, I skipped a step.
Sure. So Jeff McKean, I have Michelle Dutton, who is the owner of the business with her husband. Jessica Gray is on the far end. She was actually the server involved. And then Kay Lawson, I'm sorry, Kim Lawson is also an employee of the business.
Okay. So it looks like the violation actually took place on January 28th.
Yes,
It's alcohol compliance check. The 2 charges: furnishing alcohol to a minor, allowing a minor to loiter, $1,000 fine was paid. Okay, you want to explain kind of what happened with that one?
yeah. Why don't you, Jessica, why don't you start?
So I'm the day bartender, usually don't. This was my actually first night of getting called in because the night bartender was sick.
Last second.
Last second getting called in. Never closed before, so when Gary and Michelle got there, we were kind of all going over the procedure to close and stuff. And the excise officer, Tyler, walked in, and I actually know him personally, grew up with him, 2 grades above me in school. As everything was going on, I know I messed up, but it just slipped my mind. I knew that he was older than me. And I did not fart him or the female that he was with. Served them.
So that looks like the check took place at 5:50 PM.
Yeah.
Would you have been busy? I don't know what day of the week that is.
Had a decent crowd. And then I had probably just gotten there. I think I got there.
I think you got there at 5.
I was.
I think the bartender stayed late that day.
So we were at that time of me taking care of customers, going over procedure on how to close. I seen someone that I know that is older than me walk in and So,
Just to be clear, you messed up, right?
yeah, like I'm not
That-
using that as an excuse. I turn people away during the daytime and there are farmers that have 18-year-olds coming in and working for them. And I know I card them, they don't have IDs. So I lose business turning people away daily. And I know I messed up big time.
And to be clear, like, you know, underage kids may come in with farmers, as you say,
Right.
but they're not purchasing alcohol.
No, but I still carded them and they don't have an ID and you have to be 21.
They're over 21, so they don't allow,
So
that, what she's saying is if somebody brings an 18-year-old in, you don't allow them
Yeah.
to be there.
I have a picture of the young lady that she used, that they used during the compliance check,
Right.
clearly looked like a child.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm,
I mean, you can. And I'm assuming this young lady's gonna stand out in a 21 and over bar any day of the week, so,
like I said, I know I messed up big time.
yep.
I knew the man, grew up with the man. I didn't think that he would bring someone under 21 and get it slipped my mind.
That's fair, I mean, it happens. We see some cases where employees will go, hey, do you have your ID with you? And it's like, no, and, you know, I'll just take a water or I'll go get it. And they're like, no, it's fine, well, it's fine, don't worry about it.
No.
That's kind of a bigger issue, like, I talked to Tyler about it and he goes, yeah, I mean, there's nothing in the interaction that would have led you to believe that it was okay, you should have done it, but I'm not gonna beat you up, you've clearly done that yourself. So,
And just to clarify, so Jessica, you did pay your fine, you paid that out of your own pocket, correct?
was this the first sale of alcohol to a minor violation?
Ever.
First one they've ever had. They've owned it since 2014.
We've had, in fact, in the past, we've gotten certificates when officers have come in and brought somebody in and they've come back and given us a certificate because we did card them, even for cigarettes.
Can you talk to me a little bit about the action plan that was presented before?
The correct amount, or we put in an alcohol control policy
Yeah,
that we go over with them quite often. I mean, we don't go over the actual policy weekly, but we mention parts of it. Like, our main thing is we've worked really hard since at not over serving and on checking IDs. And we worked really hard at it because we like being able to serve the community. I mean, we have good food and we have good customers. It's just a great place. And so we worked really hard and we go over with, I mean, I probably mention it to the bartenders at least once a week.
But I don't walk into work and the first thing that she says to me is, check IDs.
Check IDs and don't overserve.
Yeah.
And if somebody walks in,
I see there, that's the plan that was actually placed. At the time, obviously, because what was going on there was the overservice, and it was focused primarily on sort of the overservice.
primarily on that, but we've also talked to them about, and we've never had an issue with them. They've always carded. My husband's big on it because, I mean, they walk in, he'll ask bartender, are they 21? Yes, I just checked their ID. And so, I mean, we're questioning them all the time if there's somebody that looks young. This day we didn't, because we were all focused on trying to let her know what she needed to do for closing.
And again, I mean, that's.
It was on us. That was on all of us.
how's the implementation of this going?
Very well.
Because I think you probably know as well, I mean, these are scary situations, these were. I honestly don't know how you made it, how your permit was renewed after the third one. Like, these are scary. And I don't know if you've been wrapped up in any civil liability related to these, but it happens and it's not something I would wish on anyone.
No.
And
We agree, and we went to extreme lengths. Officer Bedwell's done at least a couple of trainings with the
He's done
entire
at least two trainings.
staff. Yeah, I've been there multiple times,
Yeah, we
so they took it very seriously.
took it very seriously. We know how serious it is. And that's why we worked really hard to not have any issues.
are you an operator? Are you in the business on a regular basis?
Yes,
Okay. Husband as well?
yes,
Okay.
How many days a week are you there?
7. Yeah, I mean, we open every day and then we're usually in there probably 6 evenings or 5 evenings.
It would be far worse. if you're just entrusting it to managers or a third party to run it, being that you're in there is certainly helpful because hopefully the staff understands that they have a vested interest in this and you're all in this together. And
Oh, yes, I mean, we have, I believe it's 12, maybe not all full-time employees, but, and 11 of them, it's their only income.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they know it's not just our livelihood, it's, they have to look at all of their other people. I mean, you know, if she screws up, you know, she could lose her job. And, I mean, if we had to close, we have,
that's one of the things we talk about during server training programs. It's not part of the program, but as officers, we understand like you've got to build that camaraderie and teaming. If you don't, you really don't have a chance. I've seen a number of businesses do it very well and some that just everybody's out for themselves and you got, you know, your bartender out selling drugs in the parking lot and over serving his friends and opening after hours and stuff like that. So,
you know, I mean, we call it more our office family.
sure. Okay. Board members, you guys have any questions?
I have none.
Okay,
Could I just, we have, and Krista, I don't know if you just want to maybe talk about your letter, but we do have a letter from,
Yes.
Krista Watson. I don't know if you've seen that. And she actually, was very nice to make copies for everyone. And, then there is also a letter of support from the mayor. We'd like to offer both of those.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to read them or, you know, I don't know if we don't want to take that time. You know, however you want to handle it.
the one from Mr. Watson one, or that is committee exhibit 1. Then the one from the mayor's office is number 2.
Be great.
Go ahead and just introduce yourself and
Let's move on. Delphi hardware, lots of construction and doing the rentals and live on rentals in Delphi. It started out when I was 15 in Delphi, while learning business when I moved to in Delphi. And have gone through the years. In small business, you're a customer service business, and that is your focus. And it is difficult. We do make mistakes. I have made many as my other states, the worst one was this year. But when you have customers walk through that door, your focus is giving them customer service. And I can understand the responsibilities, as I expressed in your letter later. My brother owned a tavern in Delphi for a few years. And I know how important, I worked for him as a waitress. And I know how important it is to have those rules and follow those rules. But I also understand with the associates that I have, that we all do make mistakes. And some of them are very serious. As long as we acknowledge them, we try to make it better. I don't let people go because I feel like they need a chance to learn. And it's very important for small businesses to be in a community like ours. And our small businesses have been struggling for the last probably 8 years with, you know, everything that's been going on in our lives. And I understand the situation totally. I encourage hoping to retain the business and help them to get through this. They've proven themselves with the last time. They made several changes, did a lot to make the difference in staying and continuing. And I know it was hard what they went through. You know, you do lose some customers and it's hard getting those customers back once you make the change. We just moved from location beside the post office out to the west side, just, you know, 5 blocks away. And there's a difference in the customers. And we're trying to retain and gain our customers that were downtown that we don't have out in fact, they're out in the edge of town now. So as a business owner, I understand it. I was also president of the Chamber of Commerce for several years and we worked with the businesses and helped grow the city. Various things, Main Street and other community activities. I have a heart for Delphi. I'd really like to see it stay. If I can help in any way, I'd be glad to. Appreciate you guys listening to me, and I know you have a job to do, and I understand that. Just encouraging a little bit. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Anybody else want to speak? Yeah, go ahead. Just state your name for the record.
Name is Dale Seward. I've lived in the community for several years. I too have been a past president for 6 years of the Delphi Chamber of Commerce. We've worked with this business before with success. We've never had a problem with them. And I'm currently a city council member that represents the business community. I want to look at this from a different angle, putting the alcohol on the back burner and everything like that. It's nice to see someone take responsibility for their actions. You made a mistake, you admitted that. That's important. But this is more than a tavern to me. I eat breakfast every day across the street in Olympies, and I see the amount of vehicles that are there at the tavern. I patronize that place. I've eaten their food. It's very good. But my focus is on the fact that we need as many businesses and good businesses as we can get in Delphi. We've lost a lot. And frankly, this is a gathering place for a lot of people. And it's nice to look out and see the traffic and see the people. And I know what it's like to have a place to go. And these people who patronize the Office Tavern, they now have a place to go. So I'm asking that it not be extreme with punishment or penalties or whatever. I'm asking that you take into consideration that this is a community place, and with all due respect, take the least amount of actions possible. The owners are very good people. I've dealt with them before, like I said earlier, no problem with them. An employee made a mistake. I know that that's got to have some ramifications, but again, the least the better, because we don't want to lose this business. Thank you.
Then you gonna speak? Yeah, you can stand right there. You don't have to.
Okay, Sharon Milburn, this is my hometown, lived here my whole life. I have been in the Office Tavern, not as frequently as I used to go in, just due to asthmatic issues. But I can't tell you the times that people have been sitting in there and I've heard them ask for an ID, and I'm looking at them going, hey, they're at least 35. And sure enough, they're well over the age. I have twin daughters myself that if I were to show anyone in this room a picture, you would think that they are not of age. And they are. So I think kind of looks can be, because I've been carded, which I find quite humorous. You know, within a 10-year frame, I have been carded. And I find that humorous because I clearly look older than 21. Again, I don't want to make excuses. I appreciate the fact that she owned it. And the changes that they've made, I think will offset any of the deficiencies. Should weigh in higher. Again, I concur with the other two speakers that the penalty should be minimal. They are making changes, but we are human. We do make mistakes. But as long as you're seeing the growth after the mistake, I think that is all we can hope for as humans, that we learn from it and we grow from it and we don't duplicate it. And I think that they're showing that they have not been duplicating that.
I will make a quick note. There is essentially a sheet for people who are speaking about this. I will, all four of you, if you would, actually you as well. If you want to go ahead and put your name and all your information on here, please do so. Just make sure it's legible. It'll be entered into record. If you have problems with handwriting, want to give me your ID, I will fill it in for you. I'm 50 now and my handwriting is slowly getting worse as arthritis sets in, so I get it. Okay, definitely. I'll enter the corrective action plan just as 3, permitting exhibit 3. So the board's trying to consider whether or not we renew your permit. Regarding this violation, the one that we're talking about today, sale of alcohol to a minor, allowing a minor to loiter. I don't know any boards that have denied a permit for that. But then we talked about it again, like the overall history and of the operation. If you're here with another sales to intox, or if you come back in the future with one, you're gonna have problems. I wouldn't deny the permit for a sale to a minor. Certainly, it's been addressed and taken care of, and beating yourself up over it. But again, how do you interact with the community? That's one of the things that we're looking at. You've got people here who are in support of the business. What's your relationship with the police department?
Actually, it's been fairly good. I mean, Chief Mullins, we've worked together with him on different situations in the past. We don't have any, I don't know the last time we've had a police at our tavern. But whenever we see Chief Mullins always, my husband ran into him and paying the water bill the other day. He made sure he talked to Gary and said, you know, hey, how you doing? And so, I mean, we have a good relationship with.
And if anything happens at the business, are you able to like provide video footage for them or testimony?
We've had some issues with our recording at times, but, right now, I believe it's working. I was trying to work on it Sunday again.
It was beeping.
Oh, is that what was beeping? Okay, well, I'm not sure, but we have in the past provided video to them.
I knew that. I also had heard that it had been disconnected, so you didn't get yourselves in trouble, but.
It should be recording now. Like I said, as of Sunday, I was working on it.
I know there's a hesitation with having video footage and providing it to law enforcement, because you're right, sometimes it may get you in trouble, maybe incriminating. My experience has been the vast majority of times it solves problems benefiting the committee very quickly. So, you know,
That's why we put them in originally. And like I said, we had a glitch in the system. I know. I had to remember what my password was to log into it to see if I could figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm not real technologically advanced. So, but I've been working on it.
You're better than Gary.
I'm better than Gary. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
so board members, thoughts, concerns?
You plan on staying employed there? Then I feel you won't make the same mistake twice.
How long have you worked there?
5 years.
I believe it's 5 years.
Okay.
And I'll just tell you this, I know there's a lot of businesses that have a automatic termination policy. I'm personally not a fan of that. Now, if you've got a troubled employee and this is a perfect out to get rid of them, let them go. But if you have somebody with experience who went off, messed up, you hate to lose an employee. I've seen employees 20 years of experience gone because of one slip. And I will say, I've seen a number of cases where when the offending employee, not offensive, employee becomes almost like a supervisor, like a motherly overlord, making sure all the other employees are watching and know what to look for. I mean, there's a huge benefit in having that sort of experience. And you're probably hyper vigilant now, right?
I mean, I've been doing this since I was 21, 10 years. I mean, this is my first ever violation. Like, I know right from wrong, I do. And I do see, like you said, I can probably be a motherhood sometimes.
Still up to the operation of the business. I'm thankful that you and your husband are in there working and have a pretty good team environment. So I'm sorry.
I just appreciate the last time that they went through, the program that they did to improve themselves. I was very, impressed by that. So I really feel that they're trying.
I make a motion to approve.
Now, to be clear, do you want to approve it for a 1 year or a 2 year?
Let's go 1 year.
So we have moved and seconded for a 1 year approval. So informal probation, we would like to avoid these problems.
Absolutely.
You probably hate being on that side of the
I
table.
do.
So, yep, just stay out of trouble. If you need anything, let me know. I don't know if I have his contact information, but I'll get it before you get it. Or it should be on this form if you left my cell phone number. I'll send you my contact card and if you need anything, just let me know, okay?
Appreciate it.
So this will be
And-
heard by the commission and approved. I think you're on an extension for a little while, so
Yes,
you should be good.
and I do want to thank you for postponing it from December.
Yeah, seemed like a good call. Everything go okay?
Yes, you got a pacemaker. And it was a good thing you did postpone because that day I thought I could make it and get back. He had a surgery at 8:30.
1 minute. Okay, so, yeah, this will just go down to the state and should be good. Just stay out of trouble unless that's anything.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Okay, board members, I don't have
Thank you.
anything else, so
I've seen you, but.
unless you guys have something, I'll make a motion and we adjourn.
And, oh, the
Second that.
Moved and seconded for adjournment. All in favor, say aye.
Wow.
Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.